Protective locks and keys. Lock is one of the most widely used physical security devices in the asset protection program of an installation. It complements other physical safeguards of the installation against any possible surreptitious entry. However, the owner of the installation or his security officer needs to understand the weakness and strength of each of the lock, including of the door, window, or walls to be used to achieve maximum benefit from its application. Hence, knowledge of the basic principles of the locking system will enable the installation owner or the security officer to evaluate any lock and determine its quality and effectiveness in a particular application. Lock is a mechanical, electrical, hydraulic, or electronic device to prevent entry into a building, room, container, or hiding place, and to prevent the removal of items without consent of the owner. A key-operated mechanical lock uses some sort of arrangement of internal physical barriers, which prevent the lock from operating unless they are properly aligned. The key is the device used to align these internal barriers so that the lock may be operated. One of the types of key-operated lock is this tumbler lock. It is designed for the use of automobile industry and are in general use in car doors today. Because this lock is easy and cheap to be manufactured, its use has expanded to other areas such as desks, files, and padlocks. The delay afforded is approximately 10 minutes. Another one, we have the pin tumbler lock. A pin tumbler lock cylinder has a cylinder face or the lock user interface. Note that the keyway, which is cut into the plug, which in turn sits inside the shell, and the side view with part of the shell and plug cut away to expose the 6 pin stacks. Note that the border between the plug and the shell forms the shear line, and the cuts in each pin stack resting within the plug. And lastly, the lever tumbler lock. These are difficult to define in terms of security since they vary greatly in their effectiveness. They are used in safe deposit boxes and are for all practical purposes and pick-proof. Padlock is a portable and detachable lock having a sliding hasp which passes through a staple ring or the like and is then made fast or secured. Combination lock. Instead of using the key to align the tumblers, the combination mechanism uses numbers, letters, or other symbols as reference point, which enables an operator to align them manually. So, most of these locks have three dials, which must be aligned in the proper order before the lock will open. Code-operated lock is a type of lock that can be opened by pressing a series of numbered buttons in a proper sequence. Card-operated lock, a type of lock operated by a coded card. Warded lock, it offers very little security. This type of lock must therefore be used only to have privacy but not to provide a high degree of security. Okay, let us talk about key. A key is a device which is used to open a door, or it is an instrument for locking and unlocking. There are two parts of a key. We have the bow and the blade. Blade is known to be the inserted part, and bow is known to be the protruding part. We also have types of keys. We have chains key. A chains key is a specific key which operates the lock and has a particular combination of cuts which match the arrangement of tumblers in the lock. Submaster key is a key that will open all the lock within a particular area or grouping in a given facility. Master key is a specific key capable of opening a series of locks. And lastly, Grandmaster key, a key that will open everything in a system involving two or more master key groups. Peterman is an English term used to describe a lockpicker. Under Revised Penal Code Article 304, entitled Possession of Picklocks or Similar Tools, any person who will without lawful cause have in his possession picklocks or similar tools specially adapted to the commission of the crime of robbery shall be punished by arresto mayor in its maximum period to prison correctional in its minimum period. The same penalty shall be imposed upon any person who shall make such tools if the offender be a locksmith. He shall suffer the penalty of prison correctional in its medium and maximum period. Locksmith is a person who works with locks and keys. Article 305 of the Revised Penal Code. False keys. The term false keys shall be deemed to include the following: a genuine keys stolen from the owner, and any keys other than those intended by the owner for use in the lock forcibly opened by the offender. Security cabinet is considered as final line of defense. It is where papers, records, plans, or cashable instrument, precious metals, or other especially valuable assets are protected. There are three types of security cabinet. One, we have safe. Safe is a metallic container used for the safekeeping of documents or small items in an office or installation. Safe can be classified as either robbery or burglary resistance depending upon the use and need. Its weight must be at least 750 pounds and should be anchored to a building structure. Its body should at least 1 inch thick steel. Next, we have vault. Vault is a heavily constructed fire and burglar resistance container, usually a part of a building structure used to keep and protect cash, documents, and negotiable instruments. Vaults are bigger than safe but smaller than a file room. The vault door should be made of at least 6 inches in thickness. The vault walls, ceiling, floor, reinforced concrete at least 12 inches in thickness, and it is fireproof for 6 hours. And lastly, we have file room. File room is a cubicle in a building constructed a little lighter than a vault, but of bigger size to accommodate limited people to work on records inside. The file room should be at least 12 feet high. It must have a watertight door and at least fireproof for 1 hour. Next topic, we have protective lighting. Protective lighting is the single most cost-effective deterrent to crime because it creates a psychological deterrent to the intruders. There are purposes of protective lighting. It provides sufficient illumination to the areas during hours of darkness. Lighting can help improve visibility so that intruder can be seen and identified and, if possible, apprehended. It serves as deterrent to the would-be violators. Protective lighting requirements. The lighting needs of installation and facilities depend on each situation and the areas to be protected. When such lighting provisions are impractical, additional security posts, patrols, sentry dog patrols, and other security means will be necessary. It should not be used as a psychological deterrent only. And lastly, it is desirable for those sensitive areas under specific observation.